Okay, so this is Module 2 D&E, working with time using the linear model. I'm going to talk really quickly because it's a lot of content to get through. So let's go ahead and look at our problem. Mason's birthday party is at 3:30 p.m. His mom wants him to clean 4 hours and 15 minutes before the party begins. What time should Mason start cleaning his room? So let's look at our important information. It looks like it says what time. What time should Mason start cleaning his room? So it looks like we have an unknown start time. Okay, so we're gonna put a question mark there. It does look like we have an end time, 3:30 p.m. 3:30 p.m. And then we've got an elapsed time. But it looks like it's 4 hours and 15 minutes before. So that makes me think that we're going to be counting backwards. Okay, backwards. So we've got 4 hours, 15 minutes. Okay, so now let's look at our number line. And it looks really different from a normal number line, huh? It's got a 12, it's got another 12 over here, it's got letters next to the numbers. It's really weird. So the things that are different about the number line is that we're going to be using distance to measure the quantity. So that's the same about the number line as like an addition, subtraction, multiplication linear model. But what's different is that it's got these little tick marks, but there's only 3 in between. Right, and so each one is going to be standing for 15 minutes. Each single little tick mark is going to be standing for 15 minutes. Okay, and it always stops at 12. So it doesn't go 12, 13, 14, 15, right? It's 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, right? And then here I got 11, and then it goes back to 12, right? And the AM and the PM, the way I want you to think about it is I want you to think of 12 p.m. as midday. Okay, so this is midday. Anything before it is before midday, or ante meridian, which is what it actually stands for, and another word for ante is before. So before midday. Then we've got after midday, and what it stands for is post meridian, and another word for post is after. So here's before midday, after midday. Then we've got midnight. So anything between midnight and midday is AM. Anything between midday and midnight on this end is PM. Okay? So let's think about it that way. Let's go ahead and start with our problem, though. So our start time, if you remember, was at 3:30 p.m. Do we remember that? It's at 3:30 p.m. So here, right in the middle, because you got 15, 30, 45, right? So 30, 3:30 p.m. Let's go ahead and jump back a full 30 minutes because we've got time for that. Go backwards a full 30 minutes and make sure we're keeping track of our calculations, okay? Then we've got another jump of an hour. We're using the make 60 approach here. Do you see how I went all the way back to the nearest hour? And the nearest hour counting backwards was 3. So I went backwards to the nearest hour and then jumped another hour because I had time for it. So here we are for another hour and 30 minutes. Okay? Then we've got another hour because we have time left. That gives us to 2 hours and 30 minutes. Then we've got another hour, right? Still going backwards, and that gives us 3 hours and 30 minutes. Now it looks like I don't have enough time to go back a whole full hour, right? Because if I went back a whole full hour, that would be 4 hours and 30 minutes, not 15. So let's go back. Let's start making smaller jumps. Let's do a small jump of 15 here. Okay, 15 minutes. And we're going to add that to here. So that gives us 3 hours and 45 minutes. Another jump, right? Because we're still not there yet. We need to get to 4 hours and 15 minutes. Another jump. And that gives us, we're finally at 4 hours though. And then another jump of 15. That gives us 4 hours and 15 minutes. using the make 60 approach, using the linear model, and just make sure we always remember that we calculate here and that we calculate this way. Don't calculate down like this going this way, because it's gonna make us over base 60. So over the 59, we can't be past 59, right? We can't go past this. It's like base 10. It's really similar. Base 10, you can't go past 9, right? It always turns to one of the 10s. Well, same thing here. When you're at 59, we never say it's 5:60 o'clock. We always say it's 5:59 o'clock, and then it turns to 6 o'clock, right? And the same thing with 6 o'clock. It's 6:59, and then it turns to 7 o'clock. And so that's what a base 60 means. Okay, and our answer was, it looks like it was 11:15 a.m. because we went backwards. A.m. That was our answer.